Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control, and today's quest is Horizon Zero Dawn. And this bugger started the game with his butt in my face, so I overrode him. Now, while Steve's killing his comrades, I need to get over there. To the Queen's Gambit. We're going to get rid of the figurehead. Well, okay, let me phrase that better. We're going to rescue the kid from a life of figureheadship. Him and the mum. And then the Shadow Carja will have no legitimacy behind their actions. Yeah. Because sometimes people are dumb and they just need word from on high before they will realize that what they're doing is bad shit. And there's another rock breaker. What a hell of a way to start. Alright. 2 of them. So, you hunt in packs, I see. Good to know. Ow. Hop. Hop. Don't drift too close. That's how you get nommed on. Hey, da. Go away. Can't I just cheese it? It's not like I can't beat these things, they're just a pain in the butt. Question actually, because they can sense you through the ground, so how do you hide from... Like... Huh. I guess that was sufficient. Shouldn't have been, but I guess it just ran into like one of the game's collision walls or something. Okay. So, what was the plan? I don't know. Person had a plan. She was going to... Hi, I'm gonna take your stuff before I say hello. That's just the kind of person I am. Right. Not enough of the regular health potions. That's what I would have liked to see more of. Oh well. Still appreciated. Even if it is ineffectual. So, what's your deal?
You're 3-Toe Huadiv, right? Vanasha sent me.
Vanasha, right.
What happened?
I got hornswoggled, that's what. Vanasha batted her lashes, wiggled her hips, and promised us treasure. Clear a path for the royals, she said. Sneak past the garrison and skewer a few watches. Hardly a bother.
Certainly sounds that way.
Little did we know there was a damned monstrosity lurking underground. When will I learn not to gawk at skinny girls?
You mean the rock breakers? I literally just killed a few. Well, I mean, last episode. I ran away from the other 2 because I couldn't be asked.
Something attacked you from underground.
Oh, you picked that up, did you?
Come on, dude.
I wondered why the Shadow Carja didn't pay attention to the pass. Well, they don't need to. A rock-eating demon guards it for them.
Yep, rock breaker.
It tunnels in the dirt, breaks through the earth, and blasts rocks from its stinking face.
Just get a blast thing, dude.
I barely escaped. My comrades weren't so lucky. I might shed a tear if they weren't all cutthroats and cheaters.
We need better friends.
Why do you think Vanasha swindled you?
My crew came to Sunfall because we heard the bounties were fat. She offered us the fattest one of all, enough to retire on. It's my own damn fault for taking the bait. Should have known I'd end up with a rupture in my useful parts.
So Vanasha needed safe passage for Nasadi and Idaman, but it didn't work out?
She made it sound so sweet and easy. Find the best path to the lake, make sure it's safe. What could go wrong? Turns out, a lot. Like bloody murder in the grinding jaws of a heinous death beast.
Yeah. Facing one of those things up front is kind of scary. Okay, I'll take care of it for you.
Vanasha will be here soon with Nasadi and Idaman. I've got to destroy that thing in the pass before they arrive.
You're not too bright, are you?
I'm an Aloy. Go away.
Well, we didn't last long against it, but I'll tell you what I know. It has armor everywhere, a little less at the rear. And when it goes underground, it will lose track of you if you're quiet. You might even be able to keep it from going under altogether if you hit its big crooked arms hard enough. That's all I can offer, friend. I promise to look solemn at your funeral before I hit the bar.
And I promise to make you eat those words.
Gotta stay sharp.
Now then, Come at yon timorous beastie. You have fed well, and fat off the blood of the cutthroats. But all things must come to an end. Hold on, I need to... meds. Your friendo's knocked a bit out of me after all.
You're an ugly one, aren't you? No wonder you hide your face underground.
Burn! Oh god! No! Get away! Alright. That's how you want to play it? Ow! Who said if I stay quiet? Okay, so standing still clearly ain't good enough. That's alright. I got concentration and bombs for days. Not to mention the blaze to make more.
That hurt it.
Oh, I'm not done hurting it. Even quicker than some of my other encounters. But then again, this one didn't have a friend. Or was corrupted. So, there's that. Also, you forgot to loot these watches. And your fallen comrades. This shit's just going to waste, you know? All the jungle is you use every part. Let nothing go to waste. Right? Shame. Now go on, love. Tell me how awesome I am.
By the radiant sun, I can't believe it.
Wait, were you hurt? I'm sorry.
Evil rock jewel would grind you up.
I didn't know. I'm on meds.
After that miracle, all we can do is wait. Vanasha will be here soon, along with a boat that'll take the royals across the lake.
Cool. Hello. How we doing?
Ah, little huntress. Glad you accepted my invitation to play bodyguard. Where are your men, Huadiv? It looks like something chewed you up and spat you out.
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
The way is clear. Can we go?
I like how you always cut to the chase. In this case, literally. It won't be long before you're followed. Don't be afraid, Your Radiance. We've got excellent protection.
They're gonna come. I'ma whoop them. That's how these things go. I can't guarantee any of you will survive, but, like, I'll get paid. Also, that armor. I'm not sure how protective that'll be. Got a lot of midriff exposed.
Oh dear. Here come the Shadow Carter, and they're very angry with me.
I'll hold them off.
Very noble of you, but when I start a fuss, I like to finish it. Not that your assistant isn't welcome. Huadiv, get Idaman and his mother to the shore. Carefully. So it comes to this. I must say, after 2 years under the heel of these zealots, I'm ready to extract a little blood.
I'd imagine so. Alright then. Place traps. I mean, I guess I could do that. I do have all these traps that I'm not using. Okay, but I don't even know where they're gonna come from.
Traps would be nice.
I'm more interested in getting all this meds.
Shall we prepare a little surprise for them?
Okay,
Can't
okay.
be too prepared.
Okay.
Here they are.
Last.
Something out there.
Wait, did they come because I started laying traps? Because that's not cool. What the? What the? There. Just like a hair too high. Nice choice of sling, but it is ineffectual in this case. Sling is for machines, arrow is for human enemies. That's how it works. Wait, seriously? Oh, okay. There are more. I was gonna be like, is that it? Oh god, corrupted. Alright. Not to worry. Urasena!
It's hurt!
Catch fire. Oh, you're not a machine. Oh well. You'll burn just as well. Seriously? Okay, there better be like a corrupted Thunderjaw or something. Come on. You insult me. This pathetic show. I'm picking up my traps. You aren't worth these. I mean, I don't even use them, but... Come on. Why do I make them balloons? Gimme. What did I need to set traps for? It's ridiculous. I'm so tired of people underestimating me. Ally and enemy alike. Yes, I am gonna keep you waiting while I loot everything. It's just how it works. Also, this is particularly shiny. I thought I summoned a rock breaker for a sec. That scared me. Okay. Yo.
I don't want to jinx it, but we might be in the clear.
You just did. Guaranteed.
A bit late, aren't we, gentlemen?
Sorry, ma'am. The boat's waiting.
Damn, I spoke too soon.
This one's mine. Get to the boat.
You know, this time I think I might be out of my league.
Yeah.
If anything happens to
You didn't even help
I
the
will
first
be
time.
Very cross.
We're not going anywhere.
Gentlemen, just let me do this. You're gonna die. Is it? Oh my god. It's a corrupted thunder. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. I'm so happy. Gents, are you really just going out in the open with this thing? You start off stealthy like. Would that do shit? They are incorrect. Alright, where's the launcher? Legit. Whoop! Ow! Whoops, I'm not on my potions. Gonna die. There we go. Gotcha. Ow! Damn it all. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn. Yeah, yeah. don't even know what the thing helping you is. I've been too busy just focusing you down. Probably just a shitty little... Well, I was gonna say watcher, but that's also shitty. I bet my mates took care of the small fry while I was doing that one. That only makes sense. Praise the sun, mofo. Not in your tongue. Warrior of sunlight, yo. Solaire. There was a sun bro who knew what was up. Okay. So did my spearman survive, or is that on my head? Well, it wouldn't be on my head. They knew the risks. What? I hope they're alive. I don't think they're alive. Oh well. Onward, I guess.
Saving these for the trail.
Amongst other things. Like the numerous drops I'm gonna make. Because I like to charge off cliffs like a derp. Okay. Sorry, I just really need to keep my med pouch up. I can't rely on the health potions forever, you know? Okay, what's up?
Not exactly a royal barge, is it? Oh well, defectors can't be choosers. Let's get aboard, shall we?
Oh, you are alive. Good. Well, that's another spearman. I really can't tell. At any rate, it's worked out swimmingly. You should be proud of yourself. When I heard that roar, I thought it was going to be like a storm bird. That would have been upsetting. Corrupted storm bird. You can't override
You've done
that.
a good thing. Maybe even ended a war.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
But
my war just keeps going.
yeah. Ladies and gents, Meridian. And hey, it's your bro we're going to see next, so he'll take care of you. I'm sure.
Edaman, my brother, welcome home. You have nothing to fear. You are now under the protection of the Sundom. My protection. As is your mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word, the law of the sun. Aloy, it seems I see your influence everywhere.
I'm a busybody.
You've done so
meddle.
much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks. May you walk in the light.
The light walks with me. The light goes where I follow.
I spent 2 years in the Forbidden West setting this up, and the redhead gets all the credit?
Okay, yeah, that is a little
I'm still
shitty.
getting
Sorry.
paid, right?
That's all you
You'll
care
be
about.
lucky if I let you live.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done this without you. When we meet again, I'll give you a proper thanks. I promise.
Well, it was a team effort in the end, right? You set it up for 2 years. I wailed on a corrupted Thunderjaw like it wasn't even shit. Oh, are you still talking? Sorry, I do want to hear conversation.
I've got all the best goods here.
Oh wait, no, they disappeared.
You'll regret
It's just some
not
shitty
shopping
merchants.
when you're in the thick of it.
What is this? No, I've already read that, I'm
For a
sure.
fair price.
Okay.
Won't find better wear.
So, thing is to get back to the Carja's capital and go figure out what that's about. Meanwhile, Silence is like, why the fuck do you keep just running off to do shit? It's like, why did you, very foolish decision by the way, hire a player to do anything? Yes. Oh cool, there's a trophy as well. It's not giving me the picture for it, but I'm sure that'll load up next time I view the trophy list. This land is friggin' mine.
Now Edamon's been snatched
Like,
away?
whatever I choose to do with my life after this point, I'm gonna be set for life. I have just, like, influenced everyone I could in, like, every corner of the globe at this point.
What are the Carja without?
This was me at the end of Skyrim. It's just like, I'm leader of everything. I can go wherever I please, do whatever.
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
Okay. Here we go. I really thought the climby thing was gonna kick in there.
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
Was I supposed to lean and press X? Oh well, my way's faster. Inarguably so. Now then. Oh.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Yeah. Okay, but that is the game pretty clearly telling me that once I start this, it's gonna be like a slide to the end game, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, I was wrong before. It's like, he wouldn't have minded that I ran off and did stuff. It's like, you might as well, before we settle in for the long haul. Sort of thing. I'm just curious to see where this takes me. Okay, no, that's how I go back down. How do I get up? No, for real. Okay, it must be those. I keep pressing the wrong button to drop. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's cool. You got like the arms and the legs working on it. Oh, and they're not fighting anymore. Guess everyone got bored. Okay, whoop! Still faster! Okay. Fully armed. Fully focused. This is good enough. I know there'll be meds along the way. And I swear to God, if you call my friggin' humanity whining again, I'm gonna spank you silly.
The secrets of this world, where the machines came from, how the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you'll have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
I'll bet.
For identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Snowback here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I'd probably stand back. I don't know. Yeah. I was right.
I underestimated. See, by now
Oh. That's a thing.
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving?
Don't
There's
just
so
brush
much
that
to learn
off.
in less time than I'd hoped.
Whatever. I'll take on all of Sunfall. And have time to explore everything. Now then. Why is this shiny? Okay. Let's go back the way I came a bit, just to see how I would get out from here. Actually, you might lock me off from this section, won't you? Because it's the end game. Right, okay. In that case...
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
Stop talking so I can
entrance
scan.
hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
And why do you just exist to say shitty things every 2 seconds, Silence? Come the hell on! No one is this anger. Okay. From lounge staff to admin, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators, fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and bases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well-behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. Sucks to be customer service when you're underappreciated. We need support too. Reception staff to admin. We need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing Zero Dawn candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Langbots are not sufficient. And mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. Sedatives, huh? Getting so bad they had to, like, trank people. What were you doing down here? Hope you weren't, like, sacrificing people.
Take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
The smaller room.
Yeah, so this is the lounge. Soundproofing? Lounge staff to admin. Soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by the candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Oh my god. Presentation, huh? Just a thought. Okay, for real. What kind of horrific things are you doing down here? Huh? Restock or else? For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I am going to lose it. Please respond, and this time no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Oh boy. Admin is hard. Got a health potion back. See, I knew they'd provide a little bit. Maybe I should have more antidotes, but...
Proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Here we go.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data attack. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm
Notice
sure
you
you've
ditched
heard
my
the rumors.
costume.
The Zero Dawn is a top-secret super weapons program. The technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague. If Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough.
They called it the Pharaoh Plague.
You've heard the rumors
Elizabeth didn't keep her word.
that I'm the one who spread them. And they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program. And it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating. Waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Well, clearly it worked. But everyone currently alive at that point is dead now, apparently. Yep. Well, I mean, died badly.
Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
You said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
And now it's also our job to stop the unstoppable plague. Great. It must be the blue light that the Banuk mentioned. Somehow they...
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Great.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out!
Naturally.
If it moves, kill it!
What is this place?
Okay.
Tomb?
So they woke up.
I can't draw my bow in here. Whatever.
Out of the path of incoming fire!
There we go. Whatever. I'll melee you all and then I'll search everything. Damn it. Alright. Come along, brother. Which way you gonna come from? Oh, I don't care. I'll bomb you.
To the right, Volkaja!
Urusena! Rightful Karja my butt.
We're too close to the tribal crypt to stop us now.
Oh, yeah.
Reports. What did they contain?
Working on it. I'm curious, too. I should just take this bad boy with me and the big old fire striker with me, just in case, you know.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's
No.
not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow, and you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
So is it...
Try me now.
Is it like they created a cloning tank that they sent up into orbit until such time as whatever calmed the plague down did, or I don't know.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we could negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Oh. Counselor Guidelines 1. For debriefing after Presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they've received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh Plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Addendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, and C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to Presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are... Yeah, I imagine that first presentation would be a bit of a doozy for anyone living in that time.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Yeah.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them?
Not just people. All organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients.
Millennia of evolution.
Liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That asshole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pate wants a word. Now, get off! Get off!
Yeah, imagine
Please!
mild sedatives
You
indeed.
get Ted Pharaoh in here!
I imagine a lot of people would want to kill Pharaoh at this point. I imagine Pharaoh kind of considers killing himself at this point.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go. You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Shouldn't have worked for a guy whose sole motivation was money and doing whatever it took to get it, including killing people. Key component of a mid-21st century military hololock. Is that like a power cell?
Heavy.
For the
It's hard,
for the
too.
friggin' shield lever? Please? And thank you.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Again with the...
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn.
Wait.
To create a super intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back.
Are we on Earth?
What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life.
All Mother.
We call it Gaia.
All Mother.
Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose.
The
now,
sun
these are
god.
AIs, but make no mistake. Each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start.
That was
You
a
don't have to
cauldron.
build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build
Hades.
itself.
I saw that.
Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together.
What the fuck?
How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives.
Demeter,
write
that was the metal
software,
flowers.
Build the tech and the
I think.
facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important,
But that part was lost.
how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to
Wait,
achieve
what
it.
was Hades?
We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
I feel bad killing the normal machines now. They helped save the friggin' planet.
The whole Earth destroyed. But then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Holy fuck.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? Why does it want to kill me? And
Was
Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what
Sorry.
happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
was Hades perhaps a contingency plan,
Should
like
give me the upper hand.
if it saw humanity repeating the same mistakes? Oh. And we kind of are, aren't we? Oh. Spiritualism as superiority. Decisions out of greed. That sort of thing. I derped on that one and I should have picked it up quick. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult, and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week. Shit. And your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, for two persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Was that the ruins I fell into in the beginning? 2. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Number 3, 3. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice or if you have further questions. Damn! I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm legitimately considering that. Damn. Okay. Right. Oh, it's on the floor. For debriefing after presentation 2. It is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Of course. Can't tell anyone what the right choice is here. No one's ever had a situation like this. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. What is Elysium? Cryostorage? When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish, and allow them access to supplemental articles GO1 and P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period, during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against his or her will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision they decrypted. God damn. They're trying to be as professional as they can be, and I admire them for that, but god damn. To even have to... Oh man, I can't imagine.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. A better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom.
For real.
I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
Elysium must be cryostorage the way they're talking about it. But I'm not sure if anyone even made it. Please, please, please. Stranded shackles? What the? That's the second such item I've picked up. What is that all about? Okay.
If you're still nauseous. No. The inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No. Life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years. I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words. I'm sorry. Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over. I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
I half expect some people to say, no, just do it now.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man.
Oh shit. Sorry. Triangle is to cancel and also to pick up the thing, so I'm stuck here.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist.
And she was right.
Kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What are you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Hello?
But these are the options we got, fam. Ain't nobody doing this to be mean to you. It's just how it is. Man, the acting, it is getting to me. These people are like crying. No,
Intruder! Get her!
Spotted.
Whatever.
I knew having this thing would be good. And I got so much more. Eh.
Power's down.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
I should have checked in my bags. Hold on. team. Oh, me and I couldn't do this. Not sure how much of that was useful, but oh well.
This could fit.
These are more mushrooms. More good mushrooms to eat. Funny how Grey Omen is a medicine mushroom.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Souvet? Christina Souvet?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in the auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion.
But it did.
This opportunity, I must do this.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this, and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to it. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. The counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Never know when I might need these.
And it is such a question if life even is worth after all that.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
So they weren't asleep. But then what?
Luck's with me.
Natural. Go ahead and define natural for me. Technically, it's everything we do. The good, the bad, and all the rest.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Oh, hello. Left, up, left, down, right. Left, up, left. No. Down, right.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Up, left, down, right, up. But
there's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
But I want to use power cells to get the shield weaver. I want to use them on. Nah, I got no choice. I know. Okay. Never know when I'm gonna need you. Call me crazy, but it worked against those dudes. It's just prudent is all. Oh, gotta climb. Ain't no taking that with me then. Alright.
Found one. Looks intact.
But I wanna put it in the shield weaver place. This ain't even a power cell. This is, I don't know what this is. Hey, what was it? Up, left, down, right, up. Up, left. Down, right, up. What? Up, left, down, right, up. Up. Oh, it's upside down. Okay. So, down. Right. Up. Left. Down. Right. Right is incorrect. Or you could just be fucking with me now. Down, left. Oh. Down, left. It's just gonna go off at some point. Down, left, up, right, down.
That did it.
There we go.
The door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
How come the Eclipse can just like skip sections of what I have to walk through though? That seems unfair. It was my DNA what opened the door. How did they even? How did you even? No, for real. This doesn't make sense.
They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
I wonder if...
So much for avoiding contact.
I wonder if, like, Helis is another of the people... Another clone who was on Zero Dawn, you know? That would make sense. And that's why the Mad Sun King was so interested in him, huh? Oh, come on. Where? I saw the Silent Strike pop up briefly and then it decided no. Head dun. Was that it? Took a bit game, but you can't handle a load of blaze in your face. Why didn't I use the fire striker? Why did I carry it all this way? They made me leave it. That's why. It's behind that door.
I can't see it.
Whatever. That's what I get for trying to be prudent, I guess. Okay, so sling is good against humans. But only when they're dumb like you. Hey. Where can I get a shocky stick? That's so cool.
You will not escape the...
Urusena! Timmy!
You cannot run from righteousness.
I ain't running, I'm killing you all. You watching the same thing I am? Thanks for running into each other, by the way. It made that hella easier.
Or not.
Oh, I wanted a 3-for-1. Would have been so funny. Mine. Yours!
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Stop ordering me. I catch my breath. Damn. You know, the psychological toll of all the stupid abuse you heap onto the people you work with is gonna catch up at some point. Thought you were supposed to be a schmart guy. Fuck you. Eat so many dicks. Choke on the entirety of my gloriously fat ass. Well, now I have a new thing to tote. Siggity rounds. Simulation results. Margot Shen to Elizabeth Sobek. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. As though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Wonder if I'm actually gonna get to talk to Allmother. That would be weird. Full steam ahead. From Elizabeth So Good back to Margot Shen. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry Core and the Foundry Site Selection Plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. Margot's the Hephaestus Alpha. Does that mean it was modeled off of her brain patterns or something? I don't know. One detail. Consult with Aomide Okila before you finalize that silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Oh my god, that was it! The commander literally said it would take a century to crack the code. That's what Minerva did, and that's why everything isn't dead.
Hello,
okay.
I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots.
The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. A waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
That's
seen
actually a good
shapes
question.
Before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
We need more context. We got more questions we need answered. Just checking to make sure I've got everything. So many heavy weapons I am leaving behind. They bring in all this firepower and it don't matter shit. Because they're facing an Aloy, don't you know? Oh, I can't scan through that. That's eerie. Because, like, it's not even showing up as, like, a pink or anything. Huh. That window, what is that made of? I knew focuses couldn't be all-powerful. Would have to be a check somewhere.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
Of course I'm gonna keep looking. Jesus. Friggin' armchair general.
More clips.
You're the guy who plays Overwatch and tells everyone else they're playing wrong, no matter what they fucking do. And of course, completely blind to your own failings. You're the guy who would rail on someone for using their ult when they're alone, and then use it yourself when you're alone. Okay.
Welcome to Apollo. The
Apollo.
collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaju. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system.
Whoa.
That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
So have I somehow been buffed by these AI without really realizing? Oh, hey. And the winner is encapsulated DNA from Samina to Elizabeth. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that Faz was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300-400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40+ zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. So what screwed up? From Samina to Elizabeth. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Var Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up in a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. So they brought, like, philosophers back to life. Man, it seems like, with these guys at the head, if Pharaoh hadn't happened, we'd be living in Utopia right now. You know what I mean? Makes more sense to just silence strike this guy to start. Makes more sense to prompt. Come on. Friggin' prompts. Just doing whatever the hell they want. Alright, what else we got? Deathbringer. Dude, bro. Alright. I kinda wanna just start rip-roaring, rocking and rolling, but eh. I gotta climb. Oh, fine. You know what? This is just taking too much time to do anyway. Hey, don't look over here. Don't look over here! I blew myself up. Oh, and that bomb hits the guy down there. That's hilarious. Ow. There we go. Ow. Is that my Deathbringer? Did you take that from me? Prompt. Prompt come up now. There we go. Leader strike from above.
Got him over here.
You will perish. Right the fuck now.
That's the last one. On once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Onde está?
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled.
Stroke your dick a little more.
My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
The soldier fights for the day when he's no longer needed. The day he can disappear. But how would you convince people to fight for something like this if, you know, you couldn't save all life anyway? And then the only alternative was just like a few, select few humans who got to continue carrying on, like only the best and the brightest. Yeah, I can imagine. Well,
welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app.
Travis Tate.
I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocating. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal.
Kind of
so welcome to
ridiculous,
Hades.
Stupid.
Welcome
no.
To the void.
Okay, we could have done without that.
If that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Noise complaints. From Travis Tate to Elizabeth Soderbeck. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazz, nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Cedarum run off than listen to Grey Storm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal-themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore, you'll see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of gothic deathfish. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accidental vids. Last I heard, we was supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. Wow. They got a guy who was already completely deluded to code the extinction protocol. Already into, like, the antisocial bullshit. Great. Tate here, just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. You taking drugs down here? Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that they couldn't fly, everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly re-reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really sure I'm describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strong. Gets us time to sleep in bed. I'll back to it tomorrow, alligators. Yeah. You shouldn't have had the guy coding the extinction protocol be on drugs. Just saying. Okay, so Gaia is currently asleep right now. Right when Hades seems to be all set to terraform. Reverse terraform. Archive abuse. From Samina Ebaji to Travis Tate, CC Elizabeth Sobek. Archive abuse. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo Archive submission 23876. Your 666 submission in just 5 days, and oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings re inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1. For giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all in 16 installments of making a millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved, extreme perhaps, but art. 2. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a simple objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I've directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, your assigned work? We have a world to save, after all. Or the rest of us do, anyway. Dr. Samina Ebaji. Yeah, go girl. Because this guy kind of creeping me out. I'm not gonna lie. Torture flicks? God damn. Don't put a sadist in charge of the fucking extinction protocol. I would say don't have an extinction protocol, but if you're gonna do it, like, come on.
Looks like the only
That
way
guy
out is-
wants to blow up the world all too much. Okay.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the
Alphas
outset.
designed the program.
Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Someone would have to raise the first kids to be born again. Yeah. Only machines could in this case. FZ chambers, from Patrick to Elizabeth. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FC's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. PBK. I'll get to you momentarily.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Damn. Cradle Servitor Persona, from Patrick to Elizabeth. Development of the artificial persona for Cradle Servitors, Nurturer, Disciplinarian, Healer, continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing Point 4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer persona. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother persona intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I've attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just... Yeah, human interaction turned out to be way too complicated to code, huh? Or more complicated than you thought, perhaps. The Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing from Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. Donk. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 2 site inside Mountain Amuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. Okay. Nothing more? Alright.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Yeah. Alright. Man, if the humans from the past could see you now, Aloy. You're like everything we ever hoped to be. Inquisitive, bold, capable, empathetic. Yeah. You're pretty badass. I'm gonna fight in here. Feels like I'm gonna fight in here.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
What the? You're an orb.
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
It's more human than you, Pharaoh. So is that why you're not responding now, old mother?
Benefit from antilopinate morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
You actually care about life. I would say that is
Used
great.
to hold something. Some component got removed.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Aww.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Odyssey has failed. From Elizabeth to all Alphas. All, some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure, as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Elizabeth. Apollo was sent into orbit, and then it crashed. Artemis. From Charles Ronson to Elizabeth, Artemis status. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs more than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, but someday it will be again. But not now. Not like this. Not on our watch. Ronson. Right.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Oh boy.
Eclipse.
Well, I would be an oh boy if I didn't know.
What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Nice to hear you finally recognize it, fuckhead. Helis. Where can I get me one of those?
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
I'ma make you very, very dead. I'ma make you hurt like nothing. Like nothing else.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty.
Delusion.
Destined for
rather.
glory as a great champion of the sun.
Whatever, dude.
Even when Jiran was murdered. Even when Meridian fell.
I'm in the sun ring.
I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along.
My focus.
When I heard that
spear.
you had survived.
Well, don't reach for yet.
In my mind.
Let him drop his guard.
Sure as the
reach
sun
from the lower
rises
part.
and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Unlikely, but...
I guess even a monster like you can have a glimmer of conscience. You didn't kill me right away. Turn your face to the sun, child. Dressing up murder as religious sacrifice so you could feel better about it?
Exactly.
No, I never doubted the righteousness of killing you. And yet...
He talks like a bored psychopath.
Touch close to the truth. In my heart, I deemed the order to kill you unworthy of me. You were just a savage girl. So I thought at the time. Even still, I aimed to kill you, and yet did not. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men.
It was luck.
Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away.
You don't even care about your own dude.
I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything
what?
As it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
You're an idiot. I have nothing but insults. You're a thug, you're a fool, you're a puppet. You're a fool.
Idiot. A dangerous idiot. But an idiot. All this talk of destiny and fate. I'm sure Hades speaks the same language, doesn't he? You're being played for a fool. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun, the in-shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear
My spear
how
to your
ridiculous
neck.
that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh,
I'm gonna break your
speaking of
philosophy on my
sacrifice,
knee.
I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
I could easily be bitter. But let's be honest. You're just killing innocent people. Stop dressing it up like it's fancy.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile.
I can get another one.
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate.
You're hesitating right now.
The knife
Come on.
has already been twisted.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna make you hurt. I'm gonna watch the shock on your face and I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
The Doctor. Son of a bitch. Okay, I'm up against corruptors with no weapons. Got my
Hold
spear.
your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes?
Just watch us start killing people.
These prowl in broad light of day. Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let
Weak to fire, though.
who schemed and slithered
Fire equals
be
sun.
the first
I don't know.
to die. Let her be the first of thousands.
Jesus, dude. Chill the fuck out already. You willingly let yourself be carried along on the philosophy of nastiness. Couldn't fucking make a proper decision for yourself. Couldn't let the world be nice, nah. Just continue as we always have.
My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. It's down.
Alright. Give me my shit. fully armed already. I wonder how you'll feel about your son after it lets me wreck you.
Hey! Guess who got a weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with his lift attacks. That canister on its belly. Looks important.
I even got my resources back. I can dress up in the blink of an eye, like Batman or Superman. Don't doubt it. Don't question it. The universe will pay attention and it'll stop working. Now give me your shit. Did the sun ordain this, asshole? Huh?
Silence!
Yep.
Shadows. Kill her.
Like they answer to you. Not the bow, Aloy, the sling. Maybe the fire arrows. Only after I'm done.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
He's next. Who's coming to my rescue? Silence. I wish it was someone I liked, but thanks, I guess. How did you override some? How did you override a Strider? And all those sawtooths. He must have got his hands on a corrupted core as well. Something. Hey, relax, dude. It's the will of the sun. Oh boy. Okay, I gotta stop soon. I've been running 2 hours. This is gonna be a nightmare to get up. Also, I got work tomorrow. So
you're really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivial, Lindsay. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little new man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born.
Thanks.
Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun wind behind you. I wore out 2 Striders getting you in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course.
You're a total cyborg, by the way.
How to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans, though of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the eclipse, not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to.
Shut up.
Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel.
You were needlessly cruel in all our interactions,
I
asshole.
hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Fine. Whatever. Shadow Stalwart. Light. Well, he's learned to lighten up a little, at least. Okay. Campfire discovered. Where? Yeah, I was about to say there better be a campfire close by after all that. Because I need to save. I need to stop playing.
I'll find a use for you.
Here it is. Good. Good. Okay. Let me just review the new stuff I got. Shadow Stalwart. This Kestrel armor will make for your good disguise, and steals its wear against blinding effects. Highly customizable. Highly customizable, there's only one slot. Let me see about that. Eh. I don't know about that. Maybe if I get the heavy version, it'll have more slots. Doesn't even have any starting effects. This thing is garbage. The silks are better than that. Eh. Well, I can learn more about that later. Maybe merchants will start selling the alternate versions of that now. As for my quests, the answers Aloy has sought all her life are finally within her grasp. If she can defeat the Eclipse invasion of the Embrace and fight her way inside the tribe's sacred mountain, go to All-Mother. The sacred mountain of the Nora tribe holds the secrets of your birth. And yeah, we're gonna save people along the way, kind of as an afterthought. Because I mean, seriously, fuck the Nora. Okay, but yeah. This'll finally be the kick to the head that they'll need to finally accept me and all that. Okay, considering what Silence told me before we detended, I'm definitely thinking that this is the end game now. I've uncovered all the map, I've done all the side quests and all the other distractions. I mean, there are probably numerous audio logs and such I can pick up, and those have been surprisingly witty at points, and I really do enjoy them at times. So I'm glad that there were good writers on staff here. Okay, but it looks like next time we're going all the way back to where it began. Yep. And it looks like next time is going to be the finale. Most likely, anyway. Sorry about running this for 2 hours, but I mean, I'm sure if I tried to tack any of this on to next time, it would be even more horrendous. Okay, next time. Helis and Hades are gonna get dunked on. And gonna get that last piece of context, and hopefully life continues and continues to get better. So, thank you all for tuning in. Please comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And remember, you all have the potential to get good. Peace out.